First up, we got Rowdy Rebel arrested in LA on gun charges while on parole in New York. Yeah, I know what the fuck. So let's unpack this. So multiple sources are reporting that Rowdy Rebel has been arrested in Los Angeles for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon while on parole. Now, we all know Rowdy was released from prison in December of 2020, having served like 6 years or something like that, following 2014 indictment alongside Bobby Schmurder for charges including conspiracy, attempted murder, attempted assault, reckless endangerment, and criminal possession of a weapon. He pleaded guilty in exchange for a plea deal that sentenced him to 7 years. And if you remember, Bobby took more time so that Rowdy could get that 6 or 7. He did. Rowdy himself is affiliated with GS9, a collective based in Brooklyn that has been identified as the street gang with a lead tie to the Crips, particularly G-Stones. If you remember, not long ago, Rowdy Rebel had been involved in several public exchanges with individuals associated with the Hoover criminals, or formerly the Hoover Crips. You know what I mean? Street gang based in LA, y'all know. Rowdy had told the Hoovers, if not LA in general, basically suck my dick before leaving Los Angeles. I think it was posted in a story or something. And there was even a video that circulated or whatever and shit about it, I believe. Now, a lot of this stems from, some of the individuals, if not all, involved in the murder of Pop Smoke, who's also another Crip rapper from Brooklyn, being associated with the Hoover criminals, such as the primary adult suspect in the case, Corey Walker, who pleaded guilty to voluntary manslaughter and home invasion robbery with a gun. And I believe they gave him a gang enhancement with that shit or whatever, and he ended up getting like 29 years. You know what I'm saying? The Hoover criminals were originally the Hoover Crips, but due to conflicts with other Crip sets, they dropped the Crip name in like the mid-90s or something like that and became independent. Now, there was a whole apology thing that happened. I was actually trying to look up if there was any beef within LA between the G-Stones and the Hoovers. You know what I mean? Since they had so much smoke with like different Crip sets or whatever, but I didn't really have time to do a deep enough dive in that, and I didn't really find anything, per se. Now, there was a whole apology thing that happened where Rowdy had apologized for his comments, but we know how that goes. So, given that there was, friction, and, dude is on parole or whatever and shit, the thing that popped in my mind was, why would you go somewhere where you started drama running your mouth and you need a gun there now, knowing that you're on paper? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm on paper, bro, I'm not gonna go anywhere where I need a gun to be good. You understand what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Let that bag crazy. And then at that point, we just mobbing with security, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But police were probably on him as soon as he landed because, you know, the way they study the internet now, you'd be a fool to think that they don't know that you had a pre-existing issue with the Hoovers and all of this other stuff. So let's just say if I was police or whatever, and I know that this rapper dude is coming into town and he's beefing with the Hoovers, right? Unless he's gonna check in, which most niggas don't want to do now, or he's gonna have that strap on him or whatever, you know, like Boosie did. And so now they're gonna keep tabs on when you're flying in. They can get airport, you know what I mean, when they flying in, all that shit's not hard to figure out. It's gonna be hard for the gang members to figure out. So you know LAPD could do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like they were probably on, bro, like, you know, keeping watch out, especially with ever since you had like numerous rappers from out of town, you know, being involved in shootings or whatever. And then you go out there right after Troy Ave, you know, was a fake ass shooting, but another Crip rapper from Brooklyn out there play shooting in San Diego and all that. It's just too much going on down there, bro. Like, you should have known. And then you probably didn't fly with the strap. So who to say that whoever you got the strap from out there or whatever didn't put the boys on? Since you had to sit here and tell LA suck my dick, and then now you got to sit in LA County jail after you just did a whole set or potentially a whole city. You know what I'm saying? I got a clip here. Rowdy on No Jumper. Explaining why he said what he said, and you know, I just explained to you whatever that, you know, the whole cop situation. Switch sides. All right, let's get into this.
Rowdy Rebel in the building, smoking Big Za.
Word. Let's show up, Cola.
How you feeling?
I'm chilling.
What's going on?
Cola.
I think I speak for a large percentage of LA when we just want to know, you know, what's going on. The SMD thing hurt a lot of feelings out here.
No, I only hurt your feelings.
No, actually, I really didn't give a f. It was mostly the grumpy older gang members who were offended.
Who was offended?
Well, I don't want to put names on them.
Nobody felt offended until you try to make niggas feel offended.
You blame me?
New York, I was sucking my because I was sucking my. That's
okay.
Regular.
I'm gonna do the history for you. New York basically were pioneers in considering suck my to be extremely offensive. When we think about where it's considered the most offensive to invite somebody to your penis, I feel like New York kind of pioneered that. Now, granted, that was a long time ago when I feel like Jay-Z like had some quotes back in the day where he really made it clear that if somebody invited them to his that he was done, he would never communicate with them again. That's the situation that I viewed it from. I viewed it as a more serious statement coming from a New Yorker than I would have viewed it from as a Californian.
Yeah, I think we say it with a little more conviction, Adam, but here's the thing or whatever. I understand that you're into a lot of weird activity and everything like that. No matter where you're from, suck my dick is disrespectful. Writing another man to your dick is disrespectful. But as you say, fighting into the Frank thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it doesn't really matter, you know, where it where it came from. I don't remember the Jay-Z part, but I remember Fat Joe being on your homeboy Glad show and saying that if somebody said that to him, even with everything he got going on, all the success and whatever, he could stab the shit out of somebody or whatever they tell him stuff they did. And I don't blame Joe or whatever and shit. I might too.
Insane. So what were you thinking when you posted that up?
I was just being me.
Yeah, where did that come from? Because niggas, a lot of people thought it was because of like in response to like the Pop Smoke Blockstar interview.
Oh, no, I just said that because it's like that's you know why you know why I said that. I don't with niggas that happen with, bro. That's that. Like, I'm not out here looking for niggas on some like, oh no, that's some stupid shit. But I'm with y'all, nigga. It was violent. Took my bro, like, took my.
But to the whole gang,
huh?
Not to one member. You said the Hoovers.
So whoever is part of that shit, whoever he is with, nigga, that's who I meant it for. Like, for me, it's like when a bro explained it to me, like it's different sets and certain people don't have shit to do with it. It's like, all right, cool, granted.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but the niggas who do got something to do with it is like, all right, yeah, man. You know, it ain't nothing that's hidden.
But you could have said Blockstar suck SMD.
I don't know his name. Like, I'm now.
You didn't watch the interview?
No. Why would I watch the interview?
Just to find out what people were talking about in regards to.
I don't even want to sit there and look at boy's face for too long.
Really?
No.
So you hold it against him, even though he was a child when that shit took place.
So look, gang shit, Adam. Whole lot of gang shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, because more than likely, like, that's how that shit works. It's not about who specifically did it. If somebody from your side did that, I mean, you still rocking with him. You would probably have a problem if I came over there and tried to get some get back. So then it just be like, fuck all of me. Because you're going to have to be fucking niggas anyway, especially if you want get back time with it. You know, we ain't on no get back time. The nigga was on like internet time. Like, you know what I'm saying? With that shit. Or, he said he didn't watch the interview and all of that shit or whatever. Now, that shit just seemed kind of like getting goofy. Because if I'm going to take a position, I'm going to at least understand what I'm taking a position against. That's just me, though. I be having common sense and shit. Probably the reason why I never really joined the game. And if I did, they probably would try to get me out of there. Shit.
What are you doing, Robin? Like the homeboy, like we from New York, all right, cool. But like, we just looked at it like a lick. Like, we didn't look at it like, oh, this is, for me, one of the homeboys coming up. He didn't look at it like that, so I'm not looking at you as if he was a child, no.
To be fair, though, he said he didn't even know it was a rapper. He thought it was a model or some shit.
Whatever, man.
He was like 15.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, so when you said that, you was more so just talking towards like him and his people type shit. It wasn't, because the why so broad though, why like
oh, well, yeah. It wasn't from LA, bro.
No, you wrong.
You
did say that. Hoovers, just like, SMD, like, and also LA.
Like, I'm out of here. Like, say my thing real quick. Like, yeah. For me.
Hey, bro. Somebody tell Rowdy lay off the drugs, bro. Like, that nigga just sound like super down. I hate you. I be like, that's why I don't be really watching a lot of like no jumper videos and shit unless I really gotta, pull some information from this shit. Cause niggas be too loaded for me, bro. Like alleviated. And then I'll fuck around and get more alleviated on the show. This shit is annoying. bag his voice. Like,
to me, it was a joke. To y'all, I don't know why y'all took it like that. But at the end of the day, it's what it is.
We live in fear of the Hoovers.
Right.
They're a scary organization. They hold shit down. They get busy. We've all seen it. So when we saw that, yeah, we took it as kind of like a crazy provocation, and that it would have been considered kind of loose if you had just said it about the Hoovers, but you said LA as a whole. So that was what I think set off a lot of people.
Nah, well, LA, man, I gotta stop that.
Yeah, because you live in LA, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I live in LA, New York, back and forth. I even said New York, so my wife felt the way.
I didn't see that.
Hold on,
but you could say it about your own neck of the woods, right?
Yeah. Hold on. Come right now. Let's talk about my side. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
And so it wasn't no backlash though, besides like internet trolls and shit. Like no LA niggas hit you. Like what's up with this and nothing?
They hit the bro and shit, and like explain to me how like the sexes and shit like it's different branch off and shit. I'm like, all right, that's shit cool.
Because you're connected with the Crips out here a little bit, right?
Yeah, like I fuck with the homeboys, the homies. Listen, bro. Like at the end of the day, like I woke up and saw what I said on some playful shit. Whoever took it away, don't take it away, bro. With the other niggas, I don't fuck with you, you know that. And that's that, bro. Like for me.
But I think people were shocked by it because you made it seem like you were saying that when you were on the way out of town. Nobody knew that you like lived here until this whole thing starts up. But so people are looking at that and they're thinking, oh, Rowdy has this reputation as a street dude, but now he's basically saying, I'm out of here, so suck my dick. People don't respect that. They would respect you to say, hey, I'm in town. Everybody, suck my dick. I'm here. But when you say like, I'm out of here, suck my dick, I think they took that as some
I'm
weird.
out of here, y'all suck my dick. Like, if you like, all right, whatever, man. I feel it. Hey.
Yeah. So Wack took it as disrespect.
Why would he take it as disrespect?
I ain't gonna lie. I done walked out of a room like that. You know what, man? I'm out of here. Suck my dick. Well, I don't necessarily like saying suck my dick. You know, I'll tell a nigga like either dick. Somebody else's dick. I don't care. You understand what I'm saying? Like I don't want to see it or anything. But that's what you can go do because she ain't like a bitch ass right now. You should go and do what bitch do. Suck it easy. But yeah, you know, perked out Rowdy or something. He want a downer, though, for sure. An upper would have had to talk a little faster. This shit right here, bro, is slurred. He breathing hella hard. Like his heart rate is slowing down. And then, like, he could have just overdosed right there. But, you saying that Wack got offended? Of course he did.
Because you said LA.
Wow, come on, Wack. You're not even like repping LA hard. Like,
oh, he's a West Coast soldier for sure.
Well, I can't go to that walk with the homies.
That's some other shit. That's like me asking you why you didn't go to some Crip march in Manhattan. It's like Manhattan's a million miles away,
If
but
it makes
it's still
sense,
New York.
if it makes sense, I'm pushing up. If it got certain bros that's going there and it makes sense, I'm pushing up.
He runs his mouth about YG all the fucking time on Clubhouse, so I feel like him going to that march, he would have been the trending topic.
Running his mouth all the time. Like, why you even jumped in and shit and even like say certain things? Like, okay. Even when you say like, all right, he say like, all right, that's on him. We could have kept it pushing. You gotta glorify. Oh, he can't come there. He can't do. Like,
you're a rapper. You're cool. You're swagged out. You can get away from just being on some cool shit. Once you get to be 40 years old, God forbid, he's almost 50. You got to sit on Clubhouse. You got to talk shit. You got to get by off having opinions and whatnot.
Well, I have an opinion, but don't have a negativity towards your opinion. No, like his opinion be like, his opinion is trying to get me hurt. Like, fuck out of here, like.
Well, you could say that your Instagram story post was really what was trying to get you hurt, right?
Listen, bro. Stop the bro.
I'm just saying. All he did was acknowledge what he read and offer up his opinion.
You an instigator, first of all. This is why that should happen. You an instigator.
I could not exist, and the reaction to that would have been exactly the same.
No, it was not. You're the only one that picked that shit up, and then it made my New York niggas pick it up and go crazy. New York drilling all them. Like, they just, like, I don't know. I don't even care.
Your attitude is, hey, if you were offended by it, do something. Because I respect that.
That's what you said. My attitude, I don't care. My attitude is just don't play with me. I ain't like, just leave me alone. Like,
you said it, but you ain't mean it as disrespect. You really was targeting niggas. When
there was a friendly suck my.
It was a friendly, yeah. And then
that's crazy though.
Wow.
Because somebody is disrespectful when you're from New York. So when you say that, it's kind of like, I can see why Wack is mad, but then like on the other hand, Brick Baby said y'all talked about it and shit, and he ain't really tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Even Bobby said the same thing. I was talking to him about. He's like, you gotta understand, it don't mean the same thing out here that it means there.
That nigga's tripping.
Now to a Fox 5 exclusive platinum jewelry.
Yeah. So back to it. So that's what's going on with Rowdy, man. This nigga is currently sitting up in the LA County Jail. The question is he in population or did he sign in? Because one thing that will happen when you get booked in California, of all places, I mean, it happens anywhere. But especially in a place that's ganged out like that, they ask you when you get booked if you have any known enemies in here. So, you know, because usually they'll try to control it and keep you from being in that lodge. You understand what I'm saying? Now, when they book him and they look at his New York, record, definitely has a gang file. He was definitely on file as a gang member when he went to prison out there. And so, like, I'm just wondering how you're gonna deal with the politics in there or whatever and shit until he bails out. Hopefully somebody got his ass out of there real quick. The problem with him bailing out and the issue with the bond thing is that he's on parole in New York. So the question is he going to be held on a no bond in LA until they arrange for the marshals to bring his ass back to New York on the parole violation? And then he got to deal with that shit. He got to deal with the gun case in California. That's probably going to go federal. And then he's gonna have to deal with the possible parole violation when he gets back to New York. That shit nasty work. You understand what I'm saying? Like, shit definitely nasty work. But let me know what y'all think about this whole situation in the comments. You know what I mean? With Rowdy and all that. It would be crazy if you get charged in the state and had to do a state bid for the gun or whatever and shit. Because now you got to go to a state prison like San Quentin, Folsom, Corcoran, like all this shit. After you said what you said, and like dudes might decide to hold that shit against you. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know.